Welcome back. You're in the Politbureau, and it's time for Spinners and Spanners at the end of the program. Well, now, Ernst Ritz of civil rights group AfriForum appeared before Parliament this past week to argue why land expropriation without compensation and amendments to the Constitution to effect this move should not take place. That he ruffled MPs' feathers during this testimony is an absolute understatement. Let's have a look at what Ritz had to say.
It has become popular pastime for members of this House to blame every white person for the crimes of every other white person. Now imagine if we had blamed every black person for the crimes of every other black person. If we were consistent in how we evaluate and contextualize history, white people would make claims like black people are murderers only on the basis that some black people have committed the crime of murder. It is regularly argued, and especially in this House, that whites stole the land. This is the single biggest historical fallacy of our time. There are three ways in which white people acquired land, namely, the settlement on empty land, the purchase of land through treaties, cooperation, and agreements, and most controversial but least significant, by conquest. Then, of course, there was legislation such as the Native Land Act of 1913 and the Group Areas Act of 1950. These injustices must be dealt with, but they must be dealt with specifically and not used to construct grand false narratives or to advance new racist policies.
Don't come here with sheer arrogance. We have been listening to you, insulting us, lambasting on us, calling us names, but you want us to take you seriously. That's sheer insanity.
Are you still threatening us with war like you have been sending those Afrikaner thuggish kids who came to threaten us in the public hearing? Are you still threatening war if we engage on a democratic process to change the Constitution in order to expropriate land without compensation? If you are threatening us with war, we're ready. We're more than ready.
I think that every forum, I'm not going to comment on what the other speakers have said or repeated. I think this is a missed opportunity for you, and I cannot align myself with anything that you have said.
Vandag 52 jaar gelede is Hendrik Verwoerd doodgemaak in hierdie parlement. Jy weet dit, né?
Well, we had Ernst Ritz even suggested by ANC MP Nick Kronoff that AfriForum was acting like a black first land first organization. South Africa, though, you decide. Is Ritz adequately spinning the land debate or throwing a serious spanner in the works of justice, reconciliation, and progressive unity among all South Africans? Would it not be a delicious irony for the so-called civil rights group that thinks apartheid was not a crime to unite South Africans from across the political and racial divide in pushing for meaningful, sustainable, and just land reform? Please send us your thoughts on our WhatsApp video line throughout the week. 082-884-6370. The Politbureau is now adjourned.